So our Christmas present has finally arrived. We ordered this around Thanksgiving, I think. And me and Rebecca typically don't get each other Christmas presents. We kind of got in that habit when the kids are growing up.
Yeah.
So we decided this year to buy a joint present for ourselves, and it's custom made. Finally showed up today. So I think it was January 7th, January 8th.
January
8th. Yeah, so a few days after Christmas. So let's open this crate up. So I think this is our fourth piece of furniture that we've bought since we built our house. We didn't go and just go buy a bunch of furniture, you know, after we built the place. So this is the same log furniture as our bed is. This is from the log furniture place, and when you order it, they custom make them, and that's why it ended up taking so long. And this is made out of aspen, and it has barn wood on the sides and the top, and the face of the drawers is old barn wood. So looks pretty good. I think it matches the bed pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when we lived in our camper while we built our house, we stored our clothes in these little ottomans next to our bed in the camper. And that's what we're still using. We're still storing clothes in there, and we're storing clothes in the bottom of these nightstands. And we each have a set, a nightstand and an ottoman on each side. So we're finally happy, Rebecca's especially happy, to be able to get a real chest of drawers where we can store our clothes in there, and we can finally get rid of those ottomans. So you can see this chest of drawers matches our bed really well. They're the same type of wood, same type of stain or whatever. And so that's pretty much making the bedroom suit. It's almost complete. I think the only thing left is maybe in another year or so, maybe we'll finally get some wooden nightstands to match the bed and the chest of drawers. But just slowly getting about one piece of furniture a year, something like that, and slowly get the house all done. Hey guys, welcome back. So this morning, the day started off with snow on the ground. We got some snow last night, but as you can tell, as the day proceeded, it has all melted off. So that's what's been typical so far this winter. We have not kept any snow on the ground. But that's not what this video is about. I think this video is going to be about doing a few chores, and I've got a new chicken feeder to put in the chicken coop. So first thing I need to do is I need to take the ash bucket and dump all the ash from the wood fireplace from heating our house with wood. So let's take care of that real quick. So last year I ended up putting most of our wood ash on the fireplace, from the fireplace onto the garden. And this year I'm putting all the wood ash in the compost bin, letting it mix with the compost. See if I can stay upwind of this. So this is gonna have, you know, it's gonna change the pH of the compost. It's gonna put a lot of charcoal or biochar in there. And hopefully next time we mix this compost, it'll work in and it'll be a good thing for the compost, hoping. So looking here in our compost bin, the compost has sunk down fairly well over time. And you can see all the other wood ash that we've added to it. The other side, you can see it's sunk down as well. Got quite a bit of wood ash in here. So I don't know, we may be adding too much. Just have to wait and see. But that's what we're doing with all the ash from the fireplace this year. It's going in the compost pile. I'll tell you what, it is getting cold out here. The wind is very cold. Let's go get this chicken feeder put together. It's just like the biggest, one of the bigger chicken feeders I could find. This is supposed to hold 22 pounds worth of feed. So this is just like one of my other chicken feeders. I really like it. So we're gonna replace the one I don't like and we're gonna put this one on there. So this feeder is actually a Little Giant feeder. That's the brand name of it. And to put it together, you just got to put this screw through there, basically, a bolt. All right, got to put together. So I didn't really have to go buy a chicken feeder. It's just the one that we have, one of the ones we have keeps falling apart and just not real happy with it. So I was ready to get another one of these because I did like this style. So this feeder right here, it keeps coming apart on me. And what happens is this just basically quarter turns in there. Look, it just comes apart. And all this feed falls down on the ground when it comes apart. It's just a lot of wasted feed. So be happy to get rid of this thing because it's fallen apart I don't know how many times and dumped everywhere. I bet that's plenty low enough for you chickens. Probably needs to be raised up. Oh. So you can see that feeder is pretty much the big brother to this one right here. And when you would look around this feeder, there would be no chicken feed on the ground around this one. But that green feeder, they would knock all the feed out of it and there would just be a whole ring of chicken feed around it. So you could tell this one wasted way more. So I'm glad to finally get another one and get rid of that one. Well, I got it all filled up. Holds 22 pounds. That's almost half a bag of feed. See, I won't have to feed you girls, but every few days now. Well, I got the new chicken feeder in the chicken coop. I got a bag of goat feed I need to bring in and some more sunflower seeds for the chickens. So the goats, you know, the goats are, hopefully all three of these girls are pregnant. Now, as soon as we brought them back to the barn, we started doing a few other things different since they were pregnant. So we ended up getting, you know, a mineral block feeder, and this mineral block is specifically for does that are pregnant or lactating. So we got that for them. They have been eating on that. And then we ended up getting some goat feed, and we started feeding them goat feed on top of the hay that they already have access to. Plus they have access to the pasture. So in this last week, even though we've been trying to increase their feeding regimen, try to keep them healthy, these goats have never done this before. And I've heard of goats doing it. I've seen other goats do it, but I've never had ours do it. But our goats have started eating the bark on the trees. And that's got to be some kind of a deficiency of some sort. There's some thing that's causing them to want to eat the bark on the trees. So last year, Gracie was the only one that had babies down here, and she never ate bark off the trees last year, but this year she is. And I'm afraid that they may end up killing the trees around here. We'll have to see. Let me show them to you. So this tree is the only tree in the barnyard. It's a walnut tree, and you can see right here where they are nibbling off the bark. They haven't got it completely off, so there is still some protection on this tree. Now, right down here, this looks like it's about down to the wood, and all the bark may be gone right there. But there, you can see where they stand on their hind legs and they eat all the way up to there. But so they've ate on this tree, and they've been in this barnyard for a few years. Never ate on it till now. So we'll walk out here in the pasture area, and we do have a few little trees we were kind of hoping would grow up for shade in the pasture, and you can see they're eating the bark off of these. These are all walnut trees also. You can see the bark chewed off of this little walnut, and then this walnut tree, you know, they stripped it off all the way around. So they may be, this is hopefully going to be our only shade in this small pasture, and they may kill these trees. There's another little one right here, and they've stripped that off. So not really sure if it's the pregnancy with the goats being pregnant, if that's why they're all of a sudden their diet has changed and they want to eat the bark off the trees, but they have never done that before out here, and now they are. So of course we just gave them access to this pasture right here, and this is the bigger pasture, and of course they haven't got very far here, but I can already tell this is another walnut tree, and you can see where they're starting to chew the bark off of that. So that just surprises me that they're doing that, because they've never done it before. And so far I don't know if the damage is enough to kill them, but definitely something has changed with these goats. Boy, it is cold outside. That wind is making it nice and cold. So I'm not really sure about the goats here eating our trees. Just odd that they've never done it before. And I don't know if there's something they're missing in their diet. There's something we can supplement them with to prevent that. That's probably not possible. They probably just they've developed a taste for it, and maybe that's something they're gonna do. But anyway, it's just something that has just really kind of happened over the last week and a half. And yeah, so let me know your thoughts on that. You think if that's just normal, or if you think it's just because they're pregnant, or maybe they're missing something in their diet. Let me know if you think you got any ideas there. But we did try to do a lot of things that we never did before with the mineral block. We're feeding them goat feed and hay, trying to make sure they've got plenty of good nutrition for being pregnant does. So I don't know, it's kind of weird, just something I thought I'd mention. First time we've experienced that with our goats here in the barnyard. Well, while I'm in here, I think I'm gonna go ahead and clean the barn out real quick, see if I can get this swept out. This will probably make pretty good fertilizer for the garden right here. Nothing but goat and chicken poop. Yeah, girls. Look out, chickens. So the goats haven't really made it much farther than about there in the pasture. They haven't ventured past the ditch that's right in this area, and hopefully one day they will venture out a little bit farther. I was really hoping that the goats would really like the brush that grows on the backside of the dam, and they would clear and keep the trees and the brush off the dam. And goats are such a small animal, they won't have too much of an impact on the side of that hill over there. But we'll have to wait and see once they get more comfortable, once they really start roaming around. Well, I got the barn all cleaned, got these chores done. I think the only thing left I need to do, I really need to run up front to the boy goats, take them a bale of hay. They were getting pretty low, so let's head up there. All right, guys, look out. I'm gonna throw this over you. Look out! Well, on my morning walk this morning, there was still hay in here. They've ate the rest of the hay. It's all gone now. But there was some there this morning. So I have a lot of people ask why I bale square bales with wire, why I use wire bales. And it's not really like it's a choice, it's just the way the baler is that I bought. The baler I bought is made to do wire. it can't be switched over to do twine. It's just the way that it is. So that's the way I have to bale hay. I have to bale it with wire, or I have to get a whole new baler. Let's see if we can get this. See if we get this bale to sit a little bit better, where they can get to it. Come on. There. There. You guys can get to that now. A lot better. So in one of the previous videos, I said that this bucket, that the sides seemed thicker and it was insulated. I misspoke. It's not insulated on the sides. It's just got a bigger heater in it. It does do a better job than the smaller ones. And then this one seems to do well outside. Those smaller ones, they only seem to do well in the barn where it's less cold. But I've had pretty good luck with these 5-gallon heaters outside. They seem to work fairly good, at least down to, you know, 10 degrees, 0 degrees, somewhere in there. So the reason I bring that up is because I actually bought another one a couple weeks ago. I bought one for the dogs so that the dogs would have some water that wouldn't freeze outside. And when I bought it, I was like, that is not as thick as I thought it was. And I looked at it closer and I came back and looked at this one, and it's not truly insulated. I think it just got a bigger heater in it. It just works better. So this big tree right here, this is probably gonna be my next project that I'm gonna tackle. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it in the video, but about every one of these limbs, bark is missing off of them because most of those limbs are all dead. In fact, I think the only ones that are left alive are probably a few that are off to the side over here. And that's a big old tree. I need to cut it down, and that'll be coming up. I'll be doing that here pretty soon. I was gonna do that tomorrow. It's gonna snow, so I don't know if it'll be a good day to do it, but that's gonna be a big job. Well, now it's time to go ahead and put the animals up for the night. I pretty much got most of the chores done, didn't I? Yeah. Just got to get the eggs and feed the goats. Well, I ended up telling them about the goats eating the bark off the trees. Yeah. So, didn't know if that...
There's quite a few of the trees.
Yeah, I walked around. It got pretty much all the walnut trees they've ate the bark off of. So.
Yeah, I saw them chewing on the persimmon tree.
Oh, I looked at the persimmon tree. I didn't think it was ate on. She said she...
I saw them chewing on it the other day.
So I guess they were chewing on it. You know, the weird thing is that I don't think any of the trees where the boy goats are, I don't think they've done that.
No.
I don't think they've ate the bark on the trees up there.
They've not done that in the years past. I thought maybe it was because they were pregnant, but
I don't know.
They've never done that before.
Yeah, I was kind of questioning that too. Well, I guess I made a mistake because I left the lights on in the barn. If I would have turned them off, the chickens would have gone back in their coop for the night. Rebecca's sprinkling some sunflower seeds. That'll get the chickens back in the coop, so we can lock them up.
Cats fed?
Cats are fed. So this is the goat feed we've been feeding them. It's got like it's kind of a sweet feed. Wouldn't you say? It's kind of got a molasses kind of smell to it, but it's specifically for goats.
Yeah, and it said it's good for pregnant does.
We're calling this Rebecca's serving platter. She serves the goats up their food with a trash can lid.
Yep. Gracie hogs all the food, so.
Yeah.
Always has to eat. Oh, there's a chicken.
Oh, you missed it. We missed a chicken. Come here, chicken. The door's still open. She just got out. We didn't shut the. Oh. We forgot to shut the door.
Get back in there.
She just got out.
Go.
Here, walk this way. Scare her back in there. Get in.
Oh no, Penny, you want your food.
Get in.
Get in there, chicken. Go.
Gotta be patient.
Go. I know the others get in the way.
Get in there, girl. She don't know what to say. Get in. There she went. Now we'll shut the door. Rookie mistake.
Fish on here.
I almost caught her fainting on video. Yeah. I still think it was funny the other day when she fainted. She like did the kind of like the splits. She just slowly slid down until she was on her belly. Well, I think that's it for today's video, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and start a fire, start warming up. So hope you guys have a great day. We'll see you in the next one. Well, Rebecca's ready to take the dogs for a walk. She's got on her winter bibs, she's got on her winter jacket, and got her stocking cap.
Well, it gets cold out here walking for an hour.
So here's me. I'm just in a hooded sweatshirt and jeans, and Rebecca is all bundled up. My hands might get cold, I'll admit that. I am wearing thermals underneath, so I hate having to bundle up. I try not to if I don't have to.
Watch your foot. Very gloomy day.
Yeah, that's pretty much all winter around here. Gloomy.